Okay. And y'all, look, this happened to me this weekend because I flew Frontier, Frontier, and I had paid for 2 bags, but I only had 1 bag and my bag was 10 pounds over. So they let it slide on my way from Atlanta to Chicago, but on my way back from Chicago to Atlanta, they made me pay an extra $100.
Hey squirrels, welcome to AvyHD, where ADHD isn't some clinical diagnosis, it's just life. I'm Avy, your always honest tour guide through this beautiful mess. Over here, we're not about fixing yourself. We're about figuring out how to actually enjoy your life as you are. So grab a snack and let's go. Oh, guys, this is so fun. We are at the end of the calm framework, and tonight is all about celebrating the wins and learning from each other. So if you are new here, welcome. You are a squirrel. I don't know if you knew that about yourself, but that's what we call each other here. We are squirrels racing from one idea to the next. We have a lot to do. We have a lot to accomplish. And this month we have been talking about calm because we need that with our racy little squirrely brains. So welcome, grab some tea, light a candle, sit down, join us, and let's learn from each other and from the calm framework. Because the calm framework is powerful, not because it's a cute acronym or a nice idea, which it is, but because you've been living it. Y'all have brought it into your work, into your families, into your leadership, and into your daily moments of overwhelm. Because this isn't theory, it's lived practice. And tonight we're going to shine a light on exactly how calm has shown up for y'all this month. So I want to start with a few highlight stories from the community, because nothing proves the beauty of calm and the power of calm than seeing it in action, right? So I'm just going to jump straight into the examples because the need for regulation shows up all the time, all over the place in our lives, just constantly. So one of y'all shared how you use calm in the middle of a high stakes work conversation. The tension was really building and voices were rising. And most importantly, like you felt like you were being belittled and diminished. But instead of matching that energy, you paused and took a breath and grounded and responded with clarity. And ultimately, although it was not an easy conversation, the tone of the meeting shifted. And you did that. That's not luck. That's not like, oh, something happened and there was a shift. No, you intentionally shifted the tone of the conversation by grounding yourself and leading with clarity. So that is super awesome. I was talking to somebody else about how they were moving from like the meltdown cycle into micropauses, because they kind of previously thought that they needed to take huge breaks from stuff to regulate. But instead, when they noticed the signs early, they were able to step outside for 2 minutes and regulate themselves, which avoided that like hour or multi-hour long spiral that they were kind of used to. And that's common action, which is super cool. It's not perfection. You're not going to get it right all the time, but you can intercept what's happening and shift and pivot as necessary because you are a capable, flexible thinker. And one of my favorites, somebody was talking to me about how they started weaving calm into their family life. Because their evenings, as many of our evenings are in a home with children especially, their evenings were pure chaos. The kids were melting down and like dinner was burning. Everyone's overstimulated. Somebody's yelling. But now by putting a routine in place, they were able to, not always, but shift the energy in the home, right? So by simply like doing a very small grounding routine with the kids before homework time, they turned their evenings from a war zone into something that was still messy, but a lot more manageable. And every single one of these examples is proof that emotional regulation is not like fluff and woo. It's strategy and action. And when you can regulate yourself, you can impact the people around you. And I'm going to tell you guys a personal story of something that happened to me literally over the weekend. And they'll show up in our questions because y'all sent some awesome questions in this month. And I picked a few that speak to some common themes. So one of our questions here is, how do I use calm when I'm already in the middle of a meltdown? Okay. And y'all, look, this happened to me this weekend because I flew Frontier,
F Frontier, and I had paid for 2 bags, but I only had 1 bag, and my bag was 10 pounds over. So they let it slide on my way from Atlanta to Chicago, but on my way back from Chicago to Atlanta, they made me pay an extra $100, which honestly, like, who has an extra $100 in this economy for some stupid crap that shouldn't have happened in the first place? And I was not happy about it. And I didn't pretend that I was happy about it. And this woman was just like choosing to not be kind, presumably because she hates her job because she works for a shitty company. So I can't really blame her. But in the moment, I was so emotionally overwhelmed. It had been such an intense weekend at that point that I was just kind of running on empty. So I paid the lady, I took my receipt. She was kind of holding on to it, so I took it from her, and she's like, "You don't have to snatch. It's like, you don't have to be the way that you're being either." But so what I said was, "I'm not snatching from you. I had a bad weekend, and it is what it is." And she said, "Oh, you're telling me." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're all telling each other. That's the entire freaking point. Okay? People are having bad weekends and bad days all over the place. So soften up, be a little bit more kind, chill out, and like, don't be such a stickler for things that don't matter, especially if it's some dumb crap in corporate America that y'all don't see the payment from." Okay? But how should I have acted in that situation? Yeah? So how do I use calm when I'm already in the middle of a meltdown? Well, I did what I did next. You have to zoom out before you zoom in. So I went aside. I cried. I allowed myself to cry for like 3 minutes, calmed my breathing down, took deep breaths, went outside for a second, took a little walk, paced around a little bit, put some sunglasses on my eyes, and walked my calm self through security. Because let me tell you what you don't do at the airport: walk around agitated. Okay? So what we saw there is that when you're fully dysregulated, your cognitive strategies aren't going to stick. So instead of trying to logic yourself, right, go physical first. Breathe. Ground yourself, splash water on your face, change rooms, move your body out of the situation. Once your body registers safety, then bring calm. Okay? And it's not going to be perfect. It's not about nailing it perfectly. It's about interrupting the free fall so that you're not walking through security all jittery like you have something to hide. Okay? We calm ourselves down and then we move forward. Cool. Great. Awesome. Let's do 2 more questions. What is the best way to teach calm to a team without it sounding fluffy? Yeah. Okay. So that kind of depends where your team is. I'm not gonna lie. Is this a large corporate team? Is it a small corporate team? Is it a mom and pop? Like, what is it? And then what we're gonna want to do, as always, is talk to people in their language. So, for example, this framework helps us respond strategically under pressure instead of reacting impulsively. Sounds a lot less fluffy than we regulate our nervous systems before we speak, right? Show them that it's about operational steadiness and it's not about vibes. Use real examples, how a heated client call, a crisis moment, a deadline crunch impacted their ability to make decisions, and walk through how calm would change the outcome. Because leaders and teams respect systems that work. Yeah, and as always, when you're trying to convince anyone of anything, come calm with an even keel and a level head. Speak confidently. Have confidence in what you're saying, and it usually goes pretty well. Okay, and this, oh my gosh, this is my favorite one. How can I stick to calm when everything happens at once? Kids, work, emergencies. Honestly, that's so freaking relatable because it just feels like when it rains, it pours, and when something happens, everything happens all at once. So again, here we want to think micro, go small, 1 breath. Okay, a, a 1 breath pause counts, a 30-second body scan counts. You're not failing because it's messy. You're practicing in real life. And that's exactly where calm matters most. It's not going to be perfect. It's just going to be better. Okay. Honestly, there's 1,000 examples where calm shows up. And there are 1,000 moments that prove that the calm framework is not just for the quiet and controlled spaces. It's specifically not for that. It's for the messy, real life chaos where our nervous system is running the show, right? You're not running the show. Something else is running the show, and you're not really in control that way. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. Actually, I'm not sorry to be the one to tell you. I love being the one to tell you. And when you bring calm and regulation into those moments, every single thing changes. Your relationships with people change, your relationship with yourself changes, your outlook on your day and on your life changes. I had a very, very emotional weekend, as I said, that was very high pressure, and everything was happening all at once. And what I did was, even though I did not have time to do this, I left for a minute. And I stepped out of the room and I took a deep breath and I calmed myself down and I remembered that I knew how to do what I was doing and that I was prepared for this job and that I could keep control of this. And then when I came back in, I was on it. And the calm didn't make the chaos disappear, it just gave me grace under fire. And I wish I had walked out a little more gracefully and taken a moment a little more gracefully. Um, but like I said, it's not about perfection. This is about practice in real life. And if it works for me in the chaos of business and motherhood and all of the different things that I'm doing, I promise it can work for you too. I would stake my life on it. So just remember, y'all, calm comes from clarity in the moment, awareness of what's going on, setting limits, and then following momentum. And if you can do those things, then you have steadiness and the ability to center yourself no matter what is happening. But steadiness alone does not move things forward. It kind of keeps things still, actually, and that's where we go next. So next month, we are layering on time, which is a planning method built to flex with your energy and not fight it. And as a thank you for being part of this community, we have a sneak peek for you. The flow day starter is your first step in the time framework. So if you want that, just send us a message that says it's time to flow, and we will send it straight to you. Calm steadies you. Time moves you. And together, they make work and life actually sustainable. So I will see you there, squirrels. I cannot wait to move forward together into this. And I just actually confused myself as to whether I'm talking to AvyHD or Allisto. But let me wrap this up and then you can tell me. Until next time, squirrels, it has been an absolute pleasure. Please remember to stay calm, clarity, awareness, limits, momentum. You can do this. I have big faith in you. Bye.